Hello guys, welcome back. Hello Ali.
Hello, Ada.
Thank you for joining me again.
Thank you for having me.
I don't think I can do this without you, so you're necessary to be here.
Cool.
What are we doing today?
Did you learn HTML and some CSS last time?
Yeah.
Do you remember what we did?
Yeah. We made a website.
Yeah, and you changed your name to Pink, and we added a
Yes.
picture. So it was. I think it ended up very nice.
Yes, it did.
I think it was
It's a pity that it's only us who can see it.
Yeah. No, we'll definitely build some cool projects as well. So this is just the start.
Yes. Starting slowly.
Yeah, I think you need to learn the basics, and then we can start going through more complicated things, and then you will start learning. But it's important to discuss, like, why do you want to learn coding? I think like a motivation to many, some people are the people who grew up with it. They like it because it's, it's fun.
To make money.
But for you, it would be to make money. So
No, it's not only that, personally. I just feel like it's a good skill to have in nowadays society because computers are just taking over more and more in our everyday life. So I think it's nice to have. It doesn't hurt to have a skill like this. So, and obviously, if you can make money out of it, it's even better.
Yeah,
But it's
and
not just the money part.
yeah, and if you have anything like a boring, let's say you have a task, whatever task you do in a redundant way, you do it every single day. So you could just automate it, and then you'll spend less time on it, and then you are free to do the things you like, So that's kind
of your education, right? Your bachelor's?
No, it wasn't. But this is what I work with. You
To automate.
Yeah, no,
processes?
my bachelor was in robotics, but I guess you could use that into order to automate things, but it's not like it's more like hardware. It's not software. We are talking about software that can help you. That one was more like industry and quite I think it's not that fun.
Okay.
Yeah, my master's was a bit more fun.
But you learned coding because you liked it yourself, not because of.
I
were made
started
at
coding in university. I learned in like the first year, and then I started teaching others, and then that's when I kind of grew, because I had to know it as at least a little bit better than them. So now what's fun about coding is that you learn one day, and then the next day you know more than others, and now you can start sharing your skill with others, and that's when you
That's cool.
kind of learn. So like now you know more than your sis, and now you can teach her, right? Maybe she will join us in one of the
That'd be cool.
yeah, sure. Very nice. Now today, Ada.
Yes. What do you have plans for me?
I have plans. I have plans. So today it will not be very complicated. It will be fun. Last time, let me just show what we built last time. So we built this website. It says, "Hello, my name is Ada. I'm trying to learn coding," and then there's a picture.
That we inserted in there.
Yeah, and if you see into the code here, you could see that there is so far 1, 2, 3, 4 files. I think this README file is something we also made. Yes,
it's just like introduction or something.
Yeah, it's just like
It's not necessary to the website, right?
no, it's just like somebody else opens the code and is like, oh, what is this? And then they read. It's called README.
Oh, okay.
Then you have the style, and then you have the index where we built all of the code, and then you have the picture. So this is a very simple website. It has four different files. Yeah, so it's quite easy. Now, Adam, I think what we could do is try to learn about source control, because it's very important.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah. So source control is like whenever you're gonna get a job in this, You're not going to be working on one computer. You're going to be working in a team or multiple people. It's going to be a big project.
Network?
So source control is basically taking backup of your code. So say you want to share this code with someone, but you don't you want to share the code, but you don't know how. And that's where source control comes in. It's just like we will learn something called Git. So let me write it for you on the screen.
Is this going to be the fun part of today?
Yes. So Git.
Git.
Yeah. So this is a website as well. We're gonna learn. So the technology itself is called Git, but the website is called GitHub.com.
GitHub.
Yeah. So that's the website. I'm just gonna open it here on the left or on the right, and we can get started. So this is how it looks like right now. You see that it's I think I'm logged in. Let me log out. Sign up. There we go. It says where the world builds software. Millions of developers and companies build, ship, and maintain their software on GitHub. That's what GitHub is.
Is that public for everybody, or you can just have your own kind of network?
So you could have public or private. You can have both. So most companies, about like Adobe, Spotify, Google, Facebook, all of them are like on GitHub.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have the code for their app there?
Some parts of it. If they want to share it with the world as public, then they have it. I don't know personally if they use it on their like internal. They probably maybe have some other systems as well. But this is like the largest code base in the world.
Okay.
It's called GitHub. And
so this is where you can steal code from.
here you can we talked about that, like coding. Coding is a lot of like copying and pasting, and you need projects to compare with. So this is where you get these projects. You get them from GitHub. So definitely this is where you will spend a lot of time like researching things.
Definitely me.
Say we want to build a simple tasks list, GitHub task list, and let's call it HTML. Yeah, it's built in HTML. And now, the first link here, I found someone that has built a simple task list. And
it doesn't look simple to me.
Let's try to open it. So I'm just going to make a new file. Let's call it tasklist.html. And then I will paste the code, which I copied. And then I will try to open this now.
Why does code look so scary?
Yeah. Task list. Let's see. Oh, no. Didn't really do a lot. So it was probably missing some logic or something, like some more. It did not work. So then we go to the next one. Oh, okay. It says task list HTML template. Okay. And this guy, does he have any code? Let's see.
Sorry, this website, GitHub, it has any kind of language code?
It has a lot of languages. So you see now this one, it has 3 files. And you see 100% here. You don't see it yet.
And you have one HTML and one...
You see that? It says languages 100% HTML on the bottom.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So this is
built... So you can see what kind of language this is built with.
Yeah.
Cool.
So let's see, this guy, he made this code. It's very long. And we just copy it, and then we will...
see if this makes something.
Yeah.
Okay, this looks a little bit more complicated.
Yeah. That's... Look, buy milk.
Oh, that actually works.
It's not submitting, but it looks nice. Yeah?
Simple.
And it's this one is way more complicated, this code. It's mainly because everything is one file, so you could remove this, then the styling would go. It's not nice anymore.
Actually, this reminds me of a math teacher that I had at university. He had a website for his subject from the 90s that he refused to update in a more modern website. He's like, this works for me, so get used to it. So
Yeah.
it was very looking like this, very just
HTML.
yes, I think that's what it was.
Yeah. And he's having a lot of libraries he's importing, so I just deleted that. Let's jump into there we go. So we don't need to understand this code.
Do you understand codes in general, or does it take time for you to understand it sometimes?
No, it depends on the project. So you understand the basics. Once you start learning the basics, you understand them. But you will not like doing more complicated things. It's a big puzzle, so you need to put things together.
Okay.
But once you know the basic, you start learning to put these things together.
Because this is something that I struggled with when I had that one introductory course in Python, that they would make us do some complicated, for me at least, some complicated exercise to make. And then sometimes I would try to find something similar on the internet, and I copied it, or from other students. I copied what I did, but I didn't know, I couldn't understand how it did what it did. So it would be very nice to be able to understand the code that other people write.
Yeah, I think this will be our focus as well. We will, in the beginning, we will not write so much code. We will try to understand code. And then afterwards, we will start writing our own code. Or just like copying and pasting.
Yeah, exactly. Why write when you can copy? As long as you understand what you're copying.
Yeah, exactly. And you have all of these libraries that do your job. It makes your life easier. So we will be learning about these libraries and how you can use them. Now, so at least now you know what GitHub is. So today our main subject is about GitHub.
Ooh, accomplished something already.
Yeah. So where the world builds software, millions of developers. You have an account on GitHub, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just logged into mine.
Yeah, so log in into yours, and then I'll log in into mine. And then we will talk about what you can do here.
Okay.
Sign in and...
Is this free?
Yeah, it's totally free. It's owned by Microsoft now. So they made it free. Before it was not like fully free. It was some type of limits, but now it's fully free. Like you could buy it. They have like a pricing, like for teams and corporations, you could buy some extra features, but for most people it's free.
Okay.
So once you log in, there you could go to dashboard, which is this page, and you could go to your profile. You could click on your profile.
Yes. I guess. No? I don't know. Mine is quite empty. You don't have any public.
Yeah. Is it called Ada Dev?
Yes.
Or Ada Adev? Ada Adev. Yeah.
Yes.
Ada Dev.
Yes, with double A.
Yeah, double A.
Because apparently there's another Ada developer out there.
Yeah, and I just saw her. She started in I don't see when she joined. I see you joined 9 days ago. I don't see when she joined. But there's no code. You could see what people like have publicly.
Oh, you can follow people.
You can follow people. You could put stars. So on mine, you see I code sometimes on this. Like you could see you don't see it. Let's see if I will.
But it says contributions last year.
Yeah, like this. Now you see it better, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So now you see that there is, in 2021, I did some...
What did you share?
I don't know, but I'm doing some contributions. And then 2020, I did something. And 2019, I was very inactive. And
when did you join?
Maybe 2016, probably. So you see, I started coding a lot more in the last couple of years. I do use other platforms, so I'm not actively on GitHub. I made one project which was like sharing code and so on with others. But look at this. You have this. It was much easier when it was on the like little screen because you could just see it on the favorites. But now, if I zoom out, you have to click here.
Yeah.
So I'll click here, stars. These are like projects that I find interesting.
Okay.
So these are, for example, this project is it's a free project which you normally need to pay like $600, $700 for yearly to restream a video to multiple platforms. But if you just download this project, you get it for free. So that's the nice thing about code. If you know a little bit of code, you save also money on your software, etc.
What do you mean download? It's like you download the code, or is it
it's like
they created an app or something?
Yeah, you get the code, but they also have this thing called like the file that is just finished, the executable file. So
Kind of a program.
Yeah, kind of like if you download Spotify. Yeah, you just get the end file, but you could also look into the code.
Okay, cool.
This is also another file which is nice. It's called the React Spinners. So what this is, usually they have this file called README. And this README file, whenever they have it, see there's a lot of like files, but there's one file, it's called README. I'll show it to you.
Kind of explains what this is about. And
yeah, there we go, README. So this README file, Ada, it will open in the main page. So here they write some things what is the product is about, like you said. They have this demo page, see? So let's open it and see what this project is. Look, if you...
Oh, that looks cool.
It has some spinners. So spinners there you use when you have to do something. It takes a little bit of a while, so the customer doesn't get frustrated and they look at something, yeah? And these are nice ones. One nice spinner. Like, have you seen this one, Snø?
No.
This is a Norwegian website, but if you look in, I don't want this. Yes, yeah. You see this one? Like a small going up?
No, I don't see anything.
No.
Just white.
Yeah, I will just move our picture. And okay,
I don't.
never mind. But they had this small spinner on there.
Okay.
I wanted to show you, but never mind. This is a nice project. If you don't need to invent the wheel again and do all of this because it's complicated. So what you could do is
Copy.
you could just copy it. You see now here and you could change the size and look how it looks like. And this is like pre-built code. You just need to call it. Basically, you not need to know how to use it, and that's all. Then you get a really cool, fresh website. So we will be learning React at some point, but the React is once we start learning GitHub and then learn about code, and then next time we will learn about JavaScript, and then we could start learning React. What is it? What do we use it for?
You know best, so I just follow your lead.
Yeah, and look at this, for example. This is a bot. It's called YouTube Viewer Bot. There, you know about these all these platforms that are like they sell you like you could buy viewers.
Buy what? Views. Yes.
So
Sorry.
so these websites that you can go in and you can like buy viewers for or views for like $10 or something. So what I'm showing you here is basically code that does it for you
Without paying.
Without paying, you just need to know how to use it.
And people just do this for free.
And that's this is called open source. So anybody can go in and they can grab this.
That is cool.
Yeah, see, this is built in JavaScript. You see that? And something called Docker file.
Now I feel like if you know coding, it opens a whole new world for you.
Yeah.
I am starting to appreciate it even more than before.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm.
It opens. You could use it.
Not because I want free views. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So many more possibilities.
Yeah, and this project was in my favorite, so I kind of bookmarked it because I found it interesting that they're just sharing this code. You'll get banned maybe on YouTube or something, but
Exactly.
it's not like very optimized, this code, because it's just using a method, but it has potential. You could always
the thought that counts.
log into it, and then you could optimize it. You could you don't need to start from scratch, you know?
Yes.
Most of the things you will try to do is already made by someone else, but they're just you need to know how to reuse it. You need to
And in your experience, that wouldn't be very confusing. Like, wouldn't you prefer to start over doing something?
No, with time you would actually rather use the minimum amount of time than writing the code yourself. Most beginners would I would like to write it from scratch. But once you do it a couple of times, you was like, my way is better. It's not. It's if it's a big project, like 500 people are working on it. So let's say you want to use Facebook's framework of developing things. You could do that. It's free. It's open. And then Facebook, they have hundreds of employees working for them, so you could trust that whatever they're building is much better than what you'll write.
Obviously.
Yeah, so you could use that. You could do that.
Cool.
Other projects, that I'm into trading and so on. This is a cool project. It's called Lightweight Charts. And if you see here, they have this README file again. There's have a lot of code. It's written in TypeScript, JavaScript, and some other 0.6%. So TypeScript and JavaScript are the same language. They're just different. So JavaScript we will learn. We talked about 3 languages we will learn: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So here, if you look into the demos, you could see that we have this nice graph. You see that? And you see we have a cursor that you could highlight things. And we have on the right here, we have I'm just gonna switch mouses so I can zoom in and zoom out. And you see here, you could see the y-axis, and you could see on the x-axis it's you don't see it yet. It's here. You can see the date, or the time, and you can see the amount. So this is someone that built this nice graph. You just need to give it the data, and it will just do. You get to use this functionality. So the features, it's very lightweight, very small.
This was for trading?
Yeah, this is for trading or analyzing. Like if you have some certain trading. It's basically mainly used for trading. It's for finance. It has other type of things. It has a custom theme you could do. You could add legends. You could have a watermark if you want. Let's see what else you could do with it. You could have a tracking tool. All of this is free. You see that?
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's all free. You just need to know how to use it. And in this file here, they actually have something that tells you something called docs. Usually it's a file which explains to you how to use this. So here they have this thing called getting started. And then it says the first thing you need to use is to install npm. What is npm? You need to install it. And then you just need to have this code inside of your project, and you could start using it. So it's that simple to use other people's code. And we will be doing a lot of that. We will be using code. Let's see.
So cool.
Yeah, other projects. Let's see. Python scripts. What is that? Collection of various.
Python.
Yeah, you know a little bit of Python, right?
I know print hello.
Print hello.
No, if I get into it, I will remember a little bit, but I didn't learn that much. Like, not because I didn't want to. We didn't do very complicated stuff. Obviously, it was only for one semester, an introductory course.
Yeah, and coding is like you need to do it, practice it in order to
Yes.
master it. It takes
Just
time.
like with your normal languages, if you don't speak, then you forget stuff.
Yeah.
And I haven't done this class I did. I think it was 4 years ago. So, but I feel like if I say it, I'll recognize very simple stuff.
And you see this thing called 𝐅𝐻𝐋𝐋𝐿. It's also another project. Right below it, you can see how many people are like liking it. It's called or favorite.
Cool.
It's like
And
89.
it also says the language, C++.
Yeah, C++. This project, you know what it does?
No?
Well, it says here, build cross-platform desktop apps with JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. So if you know these 3 languages which we are learning, you could build desktop applications.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you know Teams, Microsoft Teams?
Yes.
It's built using this.
Okay.
Do you know this other tool we're using right now, which is called Visual Studio Code?
Yes.
It's also built with this. And what's cool about it is that you build it once, and then you could use it on Mac, Windows, even web. So
because of this code,
because of this library. So it's like they call it a library or a framework. What else? We have this something called Awesome Blockchains. Let's see that. It's just some books, some guys that are recommending things. So it's not very important. Let's see. You know when you have like a website and you want to convert it to a PDF?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say like you have let's see, my website, and I want to convert it to PDF. You could actually it costs a lot of money to do that.
Okay.
If you want to do it automatically, somebody built the code for that URL to PDF.
Of course they did.
Yeah, and there is basic code for everything. You know this platform you were using to add a lot of guests into the same room? So this is built on a technology called WebRTC, which is built by Google. So if you just go in there, you could reuse this code, and you build this platform, which is making millions for other people. Yeah. You know Snagit?
Yes.
Snagit is a tool.
I've used that one.
TechSmith. It just allows you to take screenshots. It's very popular. It costs, how much does it cost? It costs like €50. Somebody built something
Similar.
You could use it for free. This is called open source. Somebody built something that allows you to create PDF documents using web technologies. That's cool. These are just like some projects I liked. There's a lot more. You know Udemy?
Yes.
So some people like stealing the courses or just downloading them offline and then refunding them. They have a tool for this. It's called Udemy Downloader GUI. And this is free. Maybe you could even see it. It says you just need to say the path, and then it downloads everything. All of the files, all of the quizzes, everything. And this is liked by, let me see how many people. 4.6 thousand. So some people are using this, apparently. This is my first
people.
Yeah. And there's what else? There are all of these are do you know what a portfolio is?
Yes.
So somebody, they have this portfolio, Matthias, and he has this really nice website. you could log in and you could see the projects he's been working on. You see that?
Yeah.
And you could, like, he has been working on a lot of projects. He has some open source projects, like these ones we're talking about now. He has the most popular one apparently is called Portfolio, which is the one I favorited because I think this website was cool. You could click on it and it sends you to a different page where you can see what technologies he used. He used Photoshop to design this. Some other ones are actually code, like, and he has some social media links like GitHub, Twitter, blog, mail, etc. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
And he has even a dark mode.
Mm-hmm.
So he spent a lot of time building this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the code is free. You could just use it, and he put it out there for free. So you could just kind of download it and make it your own.
Make your own portfolio.
Yeah. And he even has this thing called resume builder. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's like this resume. Yeah. / resume. So
that looks very nice.
That looks very nice. So if you want to kind of code your CV, which we should do that maybe.
Code your CV. Wow,
Yeah.
Okay. I've never thought of that.
Yeah. So the nice thing what he did, he built this on a different, like another library called, let's see what's called. It's called JSON resume. Okay. What is JSON? I will teach you, but it's just a way you format code. And this thing called JSON resume, it works like this. All you need to do, let me see if they have some examples. Mm-hmm. All you need to do is kind of write like your name, your label, your picture, your email. You just write it and then it generates the code.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so you don't need to like worry about lines and
oh my god, I hate Word.
Education. You just add it, you just write it. How much would it take you? Very little time, and it will be made in like this nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. If you try to do that at Word, it's it's very difficult. Or I hate Word.
Yeah. Okay, so in one of the episodes,
I can be the cool one that codes her resume. Her CV.
Let's on one of the episodes, let's code your CV, okay? Yes. And it will be a nice chance to actually, let's do that. So that is code. You know when your website crashes, you don't have a website right now, but
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
My website.
Yeah. Let's consider if it ever crashes.
Other websites crash a lot. Yeah.
And. So somebody built a monitoring tool that sends you messages when it crashes. It's called uptime. Do you know like VPN, like
yes.
when you are outside and you have to pay for these expensive services, like, you know, let's say, what are the services you pay? NordVPN, or QuickVPN or whatever. You pay maybe like $10 a month for them. Well, the technology they're using is just free. You could just you use it. You just need to know a little bit of code, and then you're saving money again.
Knowledge. Knowledge is everything.
So this is a really nice thing. I think we should use it next time. It's a series of books. It's called You Don't Know JavaScript Yet book series, 2nd edition. So it's basically a book that talks about JavaScript. And it's free. You just kind of click through it. What is JavaScript? And you could read all of this knowledge. Somebody's actually selling this book, but he also made it free because which is a very organized book. I liked it a lot because it has some nice.
Have you read it?
I skimmed through it. It was a good book. So there's somebody that built something called FreeTube, an open source YouTube app for privacy that doesn't steal your data. What else? There's this thing called Flutter, makes it easy to build beautiful apps and mobiles and beyond. So this is, let's see what this one is. I hope they have examples. They do. Example. Flutter examples. Let's see. Gallery app. Yeah. How do demonstration. I want there it is. There's a link. Let's see. We see this nice website here.
Yes.
So this website is built in a way that it also works on your phone as an app. And you can click through it. You get like a login page, and it's very nice, very modern. Like the way the thing is jumping, and you can cancel and log in, and you see how it looks like. It's like an app. Yeah. And so
it looks very cool.
Yeah, and then let's see, motion. It has a lot of examples. Like, oops, yeah. All of this is.
So what do you do with this?
So this framework you use to build apps, mobile apps. So it's also a promising thing. Whoa, look at that.
That is cool.
That's cool, yeah. And all of that is just built with, like, it's open source. So somebody spends hundreds of hours building it, or thousands of hours, and you can just reuse it. It makes your life easier. Okay. So that was Flutter. Let's see what else we have on GitHub. Next. You have where did you disappear?
I'm so sorry, I'm coming.
Yeah. I will just wait for you then.
Right here. Sorry.
Okay. No problem. And you have a lot of other websites. Let me just share through my list so you get some motivation.
Yeah. I mean, it's already excited. I didn't know about all of these things.
Do you know these when you're going to a bar or restaurant, or you have to scan these QR codes?
Yes.
You know, these QR codes, there are platforms that are costing like $100, maybe $10 for 1,000 QR codes. To generate them, to create one.
Okay.
But it's just free, you know. There's somebody that built the library for it. You just need to tell it what is the URL, and then it just generates it for you. And so you could make this as a business for you. And you if you have 1,000 customers, let's do some math, because I can't multiply with 10. Yeah. So if you have 1,000 customers that are paying you every day $10, you will get $10,000 a day. 1 year you make 3.6 million.
Wow.
Just by generating QR codes and building it on open source code. So most companies today, they use GitHub to get code open source, and then just modify it a little bit.
That's cool.
Like everything today exists.
So if you know coding, it saves you a lot of money.
Yeah.
That is cool.
It does. And you could make money. You could build, you could sell your software. What else? They have these are some old projects. Semantic UI. Semantic UI is cool. It's just a project that it has, styling, like doing that pink color and writing the code for it and all of that.
Wasn't that JavaScript?
That was CSS. That's called cascading style sheets.
Okay.
So CSS, this CSS stands for cascading style sheets. And so we have, last time we learned HTML and CSS, and next time we will learn some JavaScript, and then we will start learning building things with it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But today we're just learning like source control, semantic UI is just a user interface, is the language of the web. What does that mean? It means that, so say you want to design a button. Somebody already designed some nice buttons for you. You see that? So like this button here. It will take you forever to design. I don't know how to make this. So you could just kind of...
I wouldn't even bother.
Yeah. And you see here, the code for it is, you just say div class UI label button, and then you could, that's, those four lines here.
Yeah.
it will make you this button.
Yeah, cool.
Or I think maybe just this one. Yeah, because I see the number as well.
Okay.
See the number
Mm.
is here. So if we try to copy this in our code, let's try to jump into
page?
in our page.
I saw that.
And let's just jump into the VS Code, and we'll make something called nice button. Oops. How do it? Yeah. Nice button .html, and I just copy the code. I think I might need to do this like basic and then put it inside. There. And now we can open it. It's called nice button.
To integrate it into our main code.
Yeah. And now I'll just show it to you. You see, it's not. Where is the styling? Where is it's not? It's not working. Why? Because only thing we need to do.
Yeah.
You see these this thing called class UI labeled button. It doesn't exist today because we haven't imported it. So only thing you need to do in order to use all of this nice buttons, and it has a lot of cool stuff, you know. To import this library, and they call it a library. So let's just go get started, and let's see if we can
download there. Zip.
Yeah, I think there's even a faster way to do it. You just need to include this snippet. So you copy it, and then I think you put it into the header or the head, paste, and hopefully now if we go back and refresh.
Nope. Did you save?
Yeah, I did save. Code. Let's see. Yeah.
This is where I would have given up.
Include in your HTML. I don't. It's saying here semantic distribution, but it needs to be installed first. So you would need to install it using this thing called npm. So this is more advanced. You need to install it, then you can start using it.
Okay.
You can't just link it. Semantic UI link maybe. Link no. So we can't use it. But if we just install it, if we just install it, we get that nice button. Cool. So I'm just gonna close this, and now we can get back to GitHub again and look at more cool stuff. So one thing we will do, we will definitely build your CV.
Looking forward.
Yeah, and we'll use open source code for that next time.
All right.
Yeah, so we'll copy the guy's whatever he did, and we will build you a website. I think that's the next step, and we'll publish it as well on the internet. It could be
so everybody knows my work experience.
Yeah. So what else do we have? There's this thing called Awesome.
Okay.
You see, it
sounds promising.
Yeah. So this is. It says awesome list about all kinds of interesting topics. Okay. What do you think it is?
Much.
It has a lot of likes, or
Yeah.
Let's go into it. So
is
Awesome.
It like Reddit?
Awesome is just like a collection of things. So if you want to learn about front end, so like
it's basically a list of other codes.
Yeah, it's a list of other repositories and so on. If you want to learn about media, let's look at and click. You can click here, and it just sends you to there is this these websites which are nice to know about media. They have this thing called icons. Let's open it. What does it do? List of awesome downloadable icon. So they have a demo or something? Demo. Maybe we have to scroll. No. I just like to click something and look into it. So music, open source documents, audio visualization. What is that? Oh, look at that.
That is
Cool.
cool.
You can use it. It's do they have a demo or a link? No, but you probably need to read a little bit more, and then you will use it. Yeah, and that's how it is. So the Awesome List is a very nice place to find new projects. There's tons of projects. You could spend your whole day just if you're interested in a special thing, like let's say books or something. You can just go here and find a lot of cool things that are awesome. I don't know if there's an Awesome List for VPN. The Awesome List VPN GitHub. Let's see if there's someone who built an Awesome List for VPN. Yeah, there is one. There's someone that has built something. Yeah. Now let's go back. What else do I have? Do you know like a learning system like Blackboard or It's Learning or Canvas or something like that? You know that use Canvas at your school, yeah?
Yes, we do.
Do you know that Canvas is open source?
It is.
Yeah, so it means if you want to make, they're paying money, or your school is paying money for it, but it is actually open source.
So they could have made it themselves?
Yeah, it's a question of like, okay, if I make it ourselves, then we need to hire people that use this system.
It takes time.
Yeah, so they just rather have someone that does it for them. But the code itself, there's of course different type of licenses. So you see this Canvas Cloud is free for teachers to use. And here it's like, I am a teacher, and then boom, you make your own Canvas.
Wow.
So
this is not illegal, right?
No, it's not illegal. It's fully illegal.
What?
It is. I'm saying it's fully legal.
Illegal?
Legal.
Oh, okay. It sounded like you said
Legal. Yes. Somebody built something called React Resume E6. What is that? Let's see. I think it's a website. It says it's deprecated, so it means it's not in use anymore. But he moved it into this other. This thing we're looking at. Do you know what they call it?
No.
And what would you name it?
What is this?
It's called repository. So a project in GitHub is called repository.
Okay.
And a shortcut for that, they call it repo. You're not seeing my screen. Repo. Repository. So on a GitHub, GitHub has a lot of repos or like projects.
Yeah.
And we will, on the next episode, we will make our own repo. So the code we made, we will share it on GitHub.
Okay, cool.
I'll show you how to do that. Yeah, so he is building this thing, and he has a example. So look, he has also built.
CV.
He has built like a CV tool. It has skills and education, and all of that, and everything you need to use is, I think, this is the code. You just need to edit this file, and then if you just copy this code and edit this one file, you get the same website. Yeah. So this website, it contains just like information, like what is your name? What is?
That's a website, not a PDF file.
Oh, it is a website. What we're looking at right here is just a file, like the code itself. But we haven't talked about how you deploy your code, how you put it online to everyone. So right now we're just working on our own computer. But I will show you how to. With GitHub, it's quite easy to put it into everyone. What else do we have? I think.
Do you have any like biotechnology stuff? Biotechnology stuff.
Biotechnology.
Or science stuff.
Biotechnology.
Cool codes.
GitHub. Yeah, well, that's where you come in, and you have to go and look for some. I'm just Googling for you here.
Yes.
And what is that called? The period table.
Periodic table.
Periodic table GitHub. Let's see if somebody built that. Do they have a demo? Yes. Well, they have too much documentation. Yeah, this says here, documentation available online. It says install, blah, blah, blah. Where's the pictures? I want to see how it looks like. So this one is star 77 people. I probably spelled it wrong as well. Let's see. Elements, a desktop app which displays the periodic table built with what? HTML. Cool. Let's go with it. And it has nice photos. I like that one. It's like a bit organized. Look.
That's cool.
Let's build that as well. Let's on one of the episodes.
So you press into one element and it show you how many atoms it has, and that's cool.
Yeah, let's build that the next time. And you could even change languages, and it's quite nice.
That is cool.
Yeah, so
instead of just looking at the picture of the periodic table.
Yeah, so if you don't have you could just build a website that does it. It's probably like at U School you always have a small book, but now you just have I have it on my phone, I don't need to download an app either.
Actually.
Yeah. So we can do that. We can look into more stuff you're interested in, then it makes it a bit easier. Biometric. I don't know what this
sounds a little bit complicated, those things.
Protein order disorder. TensorFlow. TensorFlow. TensorFlow is also cool. It's also open source. It is TensorFlow is
it like GitHub?
No, it's a project on GitHub. But let's see if we can get some examples. Introduction. TensorFlow is really cool. It is a library for artificial intelligence examples. So you could do things. Let's see. I hope because the code itself is a bit dry, but the examples are cool. So what you can do with it. That's what we're interested in. Where? Give me examples. Come on.
See tutorial maybe?
Yeah.
See more?
Demos. There we go. Yes. So no coding required. Teaches a machine to recognize images and play sound. What else? No pitch production. Train a server-side model to classify baseball pitch types using lip sync. Sees how well you synchronize to the lyrics of the popular hit dance Monkey. This in-browser uses the face mesh model for estimating. So what this do, it opens your camera as a project, and then it will play a song, and we'll kind of look at your lips.
See how well you synchronize.
Yeah, and it's all web technologies and open source. This is another one. It says.
What does it do?
Play webcam controller. It says play Pac-Man using images trained in your browser. And
what?
I don't know how this one. I think we can. Let's see. Yeah. So.
That's me.
Okay. Play. I think. How do we? Okay. So do a shock face. Do a shock face again. Okay. Do a happy face. Do a sad face. Okay. And I think now we can have. Okay. Can you do a shock face? I think we need to train it first. Yeah, okay, now we're training it. Do a shock face. Do a happy face. Do a sad face. Do your normal face. Oh shit, I forgot to click, sorry. Now when your camera is kind of detecting, oh, it's moving. Do your happy face. Oh, it's still on this
What
one.
is?
Do you, I think you can control it with the yeah, there. You see that?
What?
When
What
you
happened?
when you're talking,
Yeah.
you see how it's going up and down because it is detecting the closest image that looks like the one, and it's going right, left, is depending on your face expression.
Ah, so you can play a game with your face?
Yeah,
Or-
and you can even control the computer with this. See how it's going? You see that? It's going. So and with time, it will become smarter and smarter, and it will become very good at this.
I see.
Yeah. So that's how it's. That's
Quite cool.
yeah. That's artificial intelligence. So you could do that with web technologies, very advanced topics, but it doesn't need to be because it's just it handles about reusing something that already exists. What else? What else? You have this thing called list of awesome courses, list of awesome university courses for learning computer science, and yeah, I think we are quite. Also, like when you build your own business, there's a lot of things that cost a lot of money, like thousands of dollars. But there's always an open source alternative, usually. That
could be very useful.
Yeah, I like building my business on open source because
Mm-hmm.
I can look into it, I can modify it, and there are a lot of big companies. Most companies now, they build their products on open source and they contribute to it to make it better, not for only for themselves, but for everyone. Because when everybody can use the code, it just more people using it, it becomes better. Because
But can you change one existing code, or do you have to make your own new file?
Yeah, you could change it. You could modify it. It's just free, everything.
So, say for example, you created a code, and there's a company that goes and makes it better. Can they change your code, like your file, or do they make a new file saying like, "Oh, this is the original one. We just made it better"?
Yeah. No. Now we're going into the next step.
Okay.
So now you know what GitHub is.
Yes.
Number one, you know what a repository is, or repo.
Kind of.
Yeah, this is like a project inside of GitHub.
Yeah.
It's called a repo.
Yes,
So what we're looking at right now is called a repo.
Mm-hmm.
And a repo contains files. So this is like different files. And every time you send code into this repo, they call it a commit.
Mm-hmm.
So this code has 40 commits. So it means like there's 40 times I pushed code into it.
Okay.
Yeah. So and you could see the history. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
This is version control.
Okay.
Yeah. So a version control is like when say I push some code and I was like find out that there's a mistake in it. I want to go back to 13th of November 2018 because then
Without
source
a
control.
mistake.
It was just you can go back.
Yeah.
Or if there's multiple people working on a project at the same time, like you're saying, it has ways to handle this, like conflicts and all of that. It has ways to do it. It's called pull requests. And you have automation called actions. It's a very big GitHub. But today you learn the basics. And next time, Ada,
what are we doing next time?
we will have to build these projects we talked about, like the resume and all of that.
So we'll actually do coding.
Yeah. But what we can do as well is push, or like whatever we are building, we will push it
GitHub?
Push it to GitHub so other people can see it.
Okay.
How does that sound?
That sounds a bit scary.
Yeah, so everybody can see your code.
Do people dislike your code?
No, there is no dislike button.
Okay, that's good.
So I hope you enjoyed this and you learned something out of it.
It made me more interested in coding. Yeah, because I could see the possibilities that you could do with coding.
Yeah.
Or open source coding. And it makes me more motivated to understand code because it's not much help if you have a code for something and you don't understand it and you don't know how to implement it on your own stuff. So
with code, you will never understand everything. You just kind of like accept things like, okay, this is how it works, and then you move on, because it's always like you're trying to build something, and there's a lot of moving parts. So sometimes it's just enough to know. You don't need to understand every line. You just need to understand like, this does this.
I guess that goes with experience.
To
know what's important to understand and not to.
The more you look into code, the better you become. And you don't become better by just coding your own code. You become better by looking at what other people did. Yeah,
because probably other people do it a lot more efficient than you.
Or just do it differently. It's when you look at the most you learn is when you're looking at other people or helping others or teaching others. That way you become a better like coder developer.
Okay.
But when you're just sitting and writing your own, and it's you need to do that in the beginning, especially. But
train the fingers.
Yeah, you need to get the brackets going and all of that, the semicolons. But that's just in the beginning, and then it just becomes second nature.
Yep.
Very good.
Sounds good.
Very good, Ada.
Yes, that was a nice, inspiring lesson today.
Yeah, no problem. And it's like a little bit above an hour, so
wow.
Time flies when you're having fun. So let's finish off here, and we can continue next time.
Yes, all right. See you next time. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. I'll applause for you for joining and being so good today.
Thank you to people too for watching us.
No worries. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you next time.